Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
It's Levi with Member Solutions. Chris, John with Villain Support, Levi and Chris. We were in the middle of having a discussion because both of us are really passionate about the Borg versus Magneto skit, and we've gone both of us back and forth about how we want to do it, but still want to honor the different types of jokes and everything. And I think we came to a compromise.
Yep. So a lot of you were in here, and there's only 7 people in here right now. Now there's 10. A lot of you were in here. I think it was last weekend when we just kind of like in spur of the moment came up with the idea of what if the Borg were hillbillies and had an accent like this. And we had a huge laugh about it. We were laughing our butts off here in the chat because I can't say the A word for another like what 3-4 minutes to make the automatic censors happy. But we all agreed the idea of the Borg being hillbillies is freaking hilarious. What we're struggling with is how to introduce it and whether or not this video is the right place to introduce it. So here's kind of where we're at. Hey, everybody. Levi really wants to introduce it. And I agree. I think it's hilarious. My concern is, and I was explaining to Levi, is that the hillbilly Borg, as we had the sketch written, was a big inside joke between us and the 30 plus people who were in the chat. And nobody outside of that has any like inside knowledge of what's going on. And I don't want to make a video that we all think is great that turns into a, oh, you kind of had to be there type thing that performs poorly. So we've got 2 directions to go in. One is the compromise Levi mentioned, and the other is to hold off on introducing the hillbilly Borg in a later video. Now, the compromise, which I'm not opposed to, but I want some feedback from you guys because I know everyone who was here that night agrees the hillbilly Borg is a freaking hilarious idea. Nobody is disputing that.
No.
We all love that idea.
It's about how to introduce them.
What?
It's about how to introduce them.
Yeah, a lot of people were really excited about it. So is it the right time to introduce it in the first video we're doing with the Borg for animation? Or should we wait to do a dedicated the Borg are hillbillies and here's why video and then build a storyline outside of it? So
basically go with the coin toss of do we throw out a random idea and see if it sticks?
Right.
Or do we take more time to make it a storyline and hope that storyline sticks?
I think if it's a storyline, I think people would freaking love it. Not just people in the chat, but in general. I think the storyline of how the Borg suddenly had hillbilly accents would work.
And we could do that. The idea here is that like the compromise is similar to how the Samara Chronicles came to be. Chris had a funny idea. He just ran with it. Now, the difference between this funny idea and that funny idea is the amount of money involved and the amount of time that's involved because it's animation, right?
Right.
We both agree that if we're going to do the Borg or hillbillies, they need to be animated. You lose you lose about half the joke without being able to see it. That's just a sad reality of that. Now, I think, and his idea was to change the way it starts and have it introduce the Borg right away. We don't have the resolution. It goes with the full skit that we've reworked, with you guys have not seen yet.
Right.
With the Borg sounding hillbilly-ish, and at the end, that's when John goes, "What the heck, Levi? Why do the Borg sound like a hillbilly?" You know. And then, like, I think that, honestly, I think that might be a good cutoff point now that I'm thinking about it, because then that leaves it open to explore and have other people question it and see, like, did they survive? Are there more? What's going on here?
I'm still of the opinion, and this is still me, that the Borg versus Magneto sketch really should be a standalone, no new ideas in it. We're remaking the original video. We're animating that. And then the next project we're working on is figure out how do we make the Borg into the hillbilly Borg? Who could they assimilate? Just like we did with Deadpool in the Borgpool saga. Who could they assimilate that would make them sound hillbillyish? Who is a strong enough personality that would affect the entire collective strong enough that they would sound like this? Paula Deen?
No, Paula Deen would have been more proper. And they would have been cooking with butter. The amount of Paula Deen cooking videos I was forced to watch in culinary. The funny thing is, like for that too, that was a what not to do for a lot of the stuff. Oh my god. Yeah. You know what? I think there's a thing where they did that actually.
That Mr. White, Mater is the tow truck from the Pixar movie Cars, voiced by Larry the Cable Guy. Who, believe it or not, his Larry the Cable Guy character is a complete act. That's not the way he actually sounds. He made up a character to do comedy through.
No, there's not. I'm pretty sure I might just be.
Oh, what do you mean the early one? The you talking about the Duke brothers? Mr. White, if memory serves, you are not in the U.S. and Dukes of Hazzard was a show in the 70s, and I think they remade it in the early 2000s about the Duke brothers who charged around in a car with a big Confederate flag on it, doing good in kind of a Robin Hoodish type way and evading the cops.
I mean, they could just absorb the
Paula Deen. Okay. Paula Deen is is she still alive? Oh no. Paula Deen is or was a chef who was well known for Southern cuisine, who cooked with like 3 times the amount of butter you needed for a recipe.
God, there's got to be a way. There's got to be something that is almost universal.
Yeah.
They simulate the blue collar comedy tour or the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, wait a minute. The second one.
The Beverly Hillbillies?
Yeah, if I'm remembering it right. Yes. Oh my God, that entire family. If they assimilated that entire family, it would make so much sense.
Why? I don't know the Beverly Hillbillies much.
Okay. You have you not seen it, or?
I mean, when I was a kid, I saw like the opening for it. I never watched the show.
And I'm looking at it, and it didn't really get that good of ratings. Maybe not. Oh man, no man, it's gotten like really low ratings. I don't think we could use them now.
What has?
The Beverly Hillbillies. God, I remember that being like really funny though. I could have swore it was. I guess there's the old one too. I don't know. I didn't see the old one. I only saw the new one. All right, so no, we're not gonna have them simulate Honey Boo Boo.
No.
Well, Betsy. Well, actually, it's Joker. It's myself. I can't do the. It's gonna get cut off. I forgot about that. As awesome as it is, we discovered that I can kind of get right there with the voice if I practice enough. So thank you so much for the offer. We're not currently looking for Joker voices. We have done Joker calls, but usually they're in the vein of like neither John or Levi really care for the Joker. He's one of those characters that even Villain Support goes, you go a little bit too far sometimes.
Joe Dirt.
That is awesome. There is a I have heard a lot of good impressions of Heath Ledger's because he became so iconic in the one movie that a lot of people practice their Joker voice with Heath Ledger's. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. I did like Heath Ledger as the Joker, but there is more Joker outside of his stuff. And if you do Heath Ledger's Joker, you're doing Heath Ledger's Joker. No one else.
Cameron, I hope you're joking, because that's the kind of comment that almost gets you banned from the chat.
Can someone time out Jay Cameron for 5 minutes?
I'm just joking. No, I personally despised Jared Leto as the Joker, but I also despise Jared Leto in most things.
I think Cars is probably the best bet. The Mater car getting absorbed, thinking that it was some type of sentient technology that they could do, would be the better one.
What about Joe Dirt?
How popular is Joe Dirt outside of the US, though?
I don't know.
Joe Dirt would make so much sense.
Jay Cameron, you don't need to apologize. I'm just joking around. Or Dale Gribble from King of the Hill.
Dale would be no. You'd have to do the. You'd have to like do the.
No, that's Boomhauer.
Oh no, that's Boomhauer. Yeah. Dale would be a good one too. What if they went and they okay? Please tell me you're making a list of people right now.
Kind of.
Okay, we need a list of people. I have an idea, but we need a list of people. What if, and we start with Mater, thinking that they were that it was a sentient. So it's the Cars universe. The Borg had sensed a sentient technology on this planet and decided to assimilate it, which is a perfect example of what they would do, thinking that they could acquire its abilities. Come to find out, the first one that they decided to assimilate was Mater. Afterwards, Mater wants some more family. So he's got so now he's going on and getting all, he's going to go get Joe Dirt. He's going to go get he's just going to get a list of people. And as they assimilate more and more of them,
here's my big concern. And this is me coming at this from an improv angle, is that the harder you try to make the premise funny, the harder it is to make the sketch funny.
No, that's understandable. And that's I honestly feel like it just being a technological glitch that happened might be the simplest and best solution for this. It's that what happened? Why did they go after this? Why did they do that? Oh, well, Nappa fucked up. John fucked up. Levi fucked up type of moment. It's such a simple premise, but it's like but having them assimilate somebody and it being taken over like a Deadpool style thing, which again, we've avoided repeating stuff like that too often. But I think there's been more than enough time to do another version like the Deadpool thing. I don't think there's an iconic specific one, to be honest, outside of Mater.
That if we're going to do Hillbilly Borg, we need to give it more time and make sure we're happy with it and not forcing it.
Oh, no.
So my vote.
Marvel.
What?
Oh, I was just reading another comment. Sorry.
My thing here is that I think that we do Borg versus Magneto normal with just Borg that speak like Borg from the show.
Yeah.
And we work on figuring out how did the Borg develop a hillbilly accent without forcing it and without it being a huge stretch.
The reason why the Borg are currently traveling, we know in our universe why they're currently traveling. Because at the end of the Borg Pool saga, after they tried getting it, they wound up getting the gun that allowed them to basically go wherever they want. And we've made the joke that there are some Borg that were still connected or have memories of being connected to Deadpool, right?
Yeah. And I think that the idea we had was that the Borg, I got a huge stain of food on my shirt. The idea that we had is that a small portion of the collective, a couple Borg ships, got separated from the collective, and it could have happened a long time ago in a galaxy. Just kidding. But a real long time ago, and they've since kind of developed their own Borg society, and part of that is developing an accent. Very
I feel
similar.
like that would be, I want to do that, but at the same time, I'm leaning towards with you on that one, where it's the same thing, where we are going above and beyond to take such a simple premise and joke and make it work, and we have other options available to us.
Yeah,
we can just have it be in the like we discussed, have it be part of the Captain is an Idiot universe, that the Borg simply are hillbilly Borg.
That might be the best way to do it. So, do all of you know? If you don't, we have a series of Star Trek sketches about it's Star Trek, but the captain's a moron. And we could do that and just play a fun little gag where you just make a little change to every aspect of the Star Trek universe, and that's what happens in this one.
I have a question.
Yeah.
There can be two versions of this, can't there?
Of this sketch?
I mean, we already have two versions, but like two versions of the short one.
Of the short, yeah.
Okay. We've been trying to figure out a way to introduce the Captain is an Idiot skit.
What if the captain is the one with the hillbilly accent? And because the captain's a moron, but somehow manages to keep winning battles, the Borg want to capture him the same way they wanted to capture Picard, thinking he was the most competent human there was.
We could do that. Well, we could literally just do an alternate reality thing. In an alternate reality. Man, dang it, Cletus! We told you to go after the captain!
In an alternate reality of Star Trek, Jean-Luc Picard is... What's a hillbilly version name of that?
I don't know. It'd be even funnier if it was still... you guys don't need to ask people to sponsor us. That would be awesome, but like it's okay. He's the alternate version of the captain from Futurama. Yeah, there's that one too.
Jean-Luc.
Oh yeah, Jean-Luc. Oh,
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Pronounces it Pickard. This is Captain Jean-Luc Pickard.
Oh, that's funny. But why would the Borg be the same way?
So, let's take Zap Brannigan from Futurama for a second. I think that's the captain he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Total, completely incompetent moron who keeps getting promoted because of good luck and kiff.
Yeah.
And you get the same thing where you kind of got that situation. And in this alternate universe, Jean-Luc Picard is not the great leader that Jean-Luc Picard is. He's just a lucky moron.
And honestly, the stuff that we wrote would still work with the hillbilly thing. All the scripts would still work. Oh my God, it would work so much better, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like you're telling me a 20th century show is the reason why you're wearing that uniform.
Yeah.
Did you change? Is that why you changed your name? But he can't pronounce Picard, so it's Picard.
Sure is, Admiral. Sure is. All right. I'm gonna put my plate away and get myself a tiny little smidgen of dessert, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna refill my water too because it's out.
All right. So to everyone here, the reason why I'm thinking of using the same skit, at least in a sense, is you could effectively take out the John or Chris part and insert a different character there and just redo the script slightly. So in an alternate universe, instead of Gene calling us, which we could still do because it's because it would be animated. Or sorry, the Borg calling us, they'd be interacting with Gene Picard. I don't think I can say the name wrong. Picard. I'd have to have it spelled out. Gene. I can do the Gene. Jean-Luc Picard. So weird. I can't say it wrong. He's captain of the Enterprise, not the Enterprise. Enterprise. Enter. I don't know. Packard. Oh, Picker. Jean-Luc Pickard. Pick. P-I-C-K. Pickard. There we go. Brain does not want a brain. Sorry, everyone. Jean-Luc Pickard, as Q once said, Pickard. Captain of the USS Daisy. Captain of the USS Daisy. That's a good one. She was a good dairy cow back on the farm, you see. Oh my god. I think I have a way to introduce it while still keeping it in the skit. I don't know if he's going to be down for this. Oh, I have an idea. There's a way to do this, but here's the thing: the button on this skit is hearing that noise. I'm going to hear it in my nightmares, right? So the only way I can see my idea happening is Chris still has that nightmares thing comment, and then we have the ending, and then we go, or is it alternate reality thing? Notice pops up, right? Okay, I've got an idea where we can do both effectively to introduce this. The button point is 100% the noise, right? 100%. That's the button. That skit you said is about 1:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roughly. If we did a transition scene, ending moment, and then like we come back. Okay. And we come back. Yes, that is the button. 100%. That's still the button. You come back though, kind of like the end credits thing that we've done periodically.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear you're still dealing with that. And we hear alternate reality call coming in. And you're like, oh no, I'm not going to go through that again. Levi, take the call. Levi goes to answer it. And it's literally the hillbilly Borg. And Levi goes, the fuck? and if we animate it, we could see that scene of the hillbilly Borg, and that's a new button, but that's it right there. We get both skits, but we get to introduce and see the reactions to people's reactions to hillbilly Borg, and it's a good way to segue into a whole skit and allow the public to give us feedback on what they think it would be. And instead of it costing us, however much for an entire skit and watching that skit potentially fail, we get one scene and let people latch on who watched all the way through, let us know what they think about it. And if everyone goes, oh my God, I love this idea, we know we can move forward with the whole thing. And if people don't love the idea, we can be like, we need to work on it more.
So
it's exactly like what you want from start to finish, regular Borg. You have that ending. We have an ending play, but we do an end credit scene thing, right? And a notice pops up, not necessarily on the screen, but like as the dimensional shift thing, right? Alternate reality call coming in, and you react to, nope, not going to do that one again. Levi, you take it. Levi takes the call, but before he gets to answer, it is the voice that we've already recorded of the Borg, and we get to see the Borg as a hillbilly. Or we don't even have to have Levi in the scene, because it could literally be I could go take the call and it shifts to the hillbilly Borg saying their line. I don't know if you even need me in the scene at that point where it's just bam, that. What do you guys think? Do we have John say that line of, no, not going to deal with that again. Levi, you take the call. And we see Levi about to take the call, and then it transitions to the animated hillbilly Borg. Or do we just transition immediately to the hillbilly Borg doing their line that is almost the identical line as the first one, how the skit started, but in the hillbilly version? I want the invert. Yeah, this is a way to. This is probably the best compromise, because it allows us to test the waters. Levi throwing a call to John. No. In this case, because it'd be the alternate reality notice, and John still dealing with that, it makes more sense to still have it be part of it. And we have made it known that we deal with all realities. So the idea is that, like, John just got done with this call. He knows what's going to happen, and he's not going to deal with it right now, because he's still processing the trauma from hearing that noise. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so Levi doesn't need to be in there. It could literally be John doing his moment. Levi, you need to take the call, and then we see the hillbilly Borg do that starting line, but it's animated differently because it's a hillbilly Borg. Not going through that again, Levi, and then immediately we get that first line. So Levi isn't in this skit yet. I think that's agreed, because it's like transferring the call immediately. That makes sense to bam, you get to see it, and then we get to see how people react to it. And if people don't like it, we know the idea is good. It's just a matter of working on it. And we need to introduce it a different way. But we would get the feedback we need, both good and bad.
So John says, I'm going to hear that sound in my nightmares. And it's just like, and then you hear, inter-reality shift detected.
Yeah, it could just be inter-reality shift detected. Do we want to do inter-reality shift detected and have John go, nope, I don't want to deal with that again. Levi, you take the call, and which pushes timeout on it, mind you. Or do we want to just do inter-reality shift detected, and then bam, it's the animated scene? Personally, with how shows are filmed, with how cartoons are filmed, that would be the moment you want to actually, it would be inter-reality shift detected. You would see the same Borg scene as an alternate reality. They do this in Star Trek. Anytime there's an alternate reality, this is how it works. And then you would see the scene of John going, No. The next episode, mind you, would be John putting the call to Levi instead of John taking the call. But that's how it would normally be in shows. I have watched way too many cartoons, or not enough. I don't know. I've watched a lot of different like alternate reality Star Treks and all that stuff. They dive down into that. The best part about this, in the Star Trek lore, this is canon. I'm not kidding you. There's, I guarantee you, a hillbilly version of them.
So the hillbilly Borg ship, instead of being like the thing made what looks like out of a billion paper clips,
yeah,
is made out of trailer homes, pickup trucks, scrap metal, propane tanks, moonshine stills, old tires, chain link fence pieces, still flashing neon beer signs, and Christmas lights.
Oh my god. So yeah, I agree. This is the best way to introduce them, with just a small clip. I like that. That gives us every bit that we want on both ends without any real compromise. I don't think that this would be a compromise, because you get what you want and we get to go, here's a little water, here's a little teaser. You forgot Mia? Because that's what, another like 3 seconds at well, no, if we animate the actual line, it's, how long is that line? Because you already have the recording, so. Enter reality shift detected. John staring at the computer screen for a few seconds and then exaggerated hitting the key. I think having him stare at the computer, like enter reality shift detected, and then literally just transferring, and then it being like the start of the same skit over again, only massively different, makes the most sense. It's exactly what they do in shows. So we are literally just using a tried and true method. Hillbilly Cube is made of old trucks. Well, yeah, exactly like Chris said. Metal animal water containers. The I just spaced what they're actually called. I grew up on a farm and I spaced the water feeders. Trough. The metal troughs. Water troughs. Yeah, rest. Like, I got it right before you said your thing. It clicked right before everyone else started saying it. Napa gonna slash Levi's tires, keep him from going on vacation again. They're like, Napa, why are my tires slashed? You're not leaving again. Watch me. Just stand up for me. I can stop you this time. Thank you so much, Smiling Game Master, for 16 months. And to everyone wondering about the like little emojis and stuff for Twitch and all that stuff, the reason why it's been put on the back burner is because of all the other new stuff that we're doing, to be honest, and trying to get a hold of artists and work with them to make stuff. There might be a new one made by fan made though. There's a little chibi from Slayer, I believe, that is really funny looking, but we might need to have and it's John at the bottom, Napa, and then Levi, which I feel like it would be Napa, Levi, and then John, or John and Levi, and all writing Napa to get away from something. But I like it either way. It's still really funny to have all three characters like that. I still think Napa and Levi should get into a full-blown fist fight. No. See, the three of them aren't ever going to get into that kind of fight. So each one of the characters has their own strengths and weaknesses, right? Levi doesn't, like, Levi does know a little bit of martial arts, both in and out of reality, in and out of character. He knows enough to defend himself. But for the most part, Levi doesn't have to fight. His form of power that he learned over time was very specific. He's probably forgotten more about how to fight than he has. It's weird because the way things work with immortals, right? But he messes with time magic, and it burns his own life force. But as somebody who has almost an infinite life force, he's kind of up for that. He's good with that. So he doesn't have to fight. Nappa would go to fight him, and it would be similar to the Goku thing where the guy slowed down time and stuff like that. Eventually, Goku caught up, but that's the point. And then Chris ruled his own universe. John ruled his own universe, not Chris. John ruled his own universe, has a ton of power, and yet he still won't mess with Levi for the same exact reason that most people don't try to go after Levi. Time powers are OP as hell. The fact that Levi got them, but his weakness being that it drains his life force, but because he's an immortal, he's kind of like good with that, means that he could still get weakened, but he just kind of walks away from the fight. There's no reason to stick around and test the waters of how long he could fight. My thing in lore is Levi's never stuck around to test how long he could actually fight for. At least the current version of lore. The old lore is different, but we don't go with that because it's sad and depressing. The new one's much funnier. Chris just wishes he ruled his universe. He does. Just not the one that we're in. Nappa hitting an opponent with multiple equations in a Mindscape. Yeah, Nappa would win a Mindscape fight. Either that or Levi would just think about all the catchy tunes and earworms and stuff that he's listened to throughout the years and just start saying that to annoy Nappa. Like a 1920s earworm. God, what was some of those? It would help if I actually typed in the right thing. A song stuck in your head. I know that. I think it was mostly commercials back then, wasn't it? Like just jingle, 1920s jingle. Yeah, that's what it is. 1920s.
All right. I got this. Want to share this with you, Levi?
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to go through this real quick.
Okay. You know, share it on this screen?
Yep.
All right. And for anyone, if you get on my case about my accent today, so we're doing the regular Borg voice and then moving on at the very end, right?
Yep. Okay. So
dimensional shift detected. Dimensional shift detected. Oh. Okay, we got to wait about 20 minutes here for Chris to chew.
Way longer to chew than I thought. Ian, we're going through the updated sketch. Desert Goat, you can call me John or Chris. Either one is fine.
And Levi's because I was lazy. Dimensional shift detected.
Animator note. We see a Borg cube warp into real space and start floating towards Earth and a large asteroid. Dimensional shift detected starts on this shot and finishes after the camera shifts to John, who's listening, rolling his eyes. Just what I need today. Borg cubes where they don't belong. Let's see. Okay. Oh, no. Those idiots.
This is 2 of 12.
Animator note. We see the Borg cube floating in space toward Earth and a large asteroid. We see a circle pop up in the bottom corner with a Borg drone speaking, and that goes away when the Borg line is over. 2 of 12, this is John of Villain Support. Listen, you've just dimension jumped into Marvel Universe 616. and you're approaching Asteroid M. You need to stop and you need to turn around now.
There are varied humans there with attributes the Queen would greatly like to assimilate it.
Yeah, but that assimilation isn't going to happen. There's a guy there who controls magnetism.
We've calculated the threat as minimal. Our shields will adapt.
And that's one situation where we hear all the Borg drones speaking instead of just one of them. 212, listen to me. You're dealing with Magneto, the master of magnetism. He's ruthless, ridiculously powerful, and when it comes to defending Asteroid M or his fellow mutants, he is a cataclysmic danger to a cybernetic race like the Borg.
The cube is operating abnormally. Structural fluctuations detected. Adapting.
And the cube crunches in a little bit. We see the drone in the circle still. Turn around now! You're not going to be able to...
Magnetic disturbance. Modulating shields. Shields still ineffective. Adapting. Adapt.
That sound, John. I am going to hear that sound in my nightmares. And John gets like a second to like react to that. Then we hear inter-reality shift detected. We see another Borg cube warp into real space and start floating toward Earth in a large asteroid. But this Borg ship is a patchwork monstrosity made of mobile homes, old tires, pickup truck parts, chain link fence, still flashing cold beer signs, and Christmas lights. Inter-reality shift detected starts on this shot and finishes after the camera shifts to John, who's sitting there with eyes wide. Another one? Why? Dials.
212, what can I do for you?
Do you for? 212, what can I do you for?
Thank you. 212, I can't do it today. We already have it recorded.
and we see the hillbilly Borg cube floating in space toward Earth. And what we now know is Asteroid M. We see a circle pop up in the bottom corner with a Hick Borg drone speaking. That goes away when the Borg line is over. This Borg drone has a trucker hat, missing teeth, and a beer can attached to a head with a tube leading into the mouth.
I love that. And yes, I agree. I feel like at that point, maybe for yourself, add a little bit of banjo music is playing. Or country, yeah.
One second, and then
I know I love the idea, but like we were struggling with the proper way because it needs to be animated, and we were struggling with the proper way to introduce it and it not go wrong, right? This is a great way to do a teaser.
Last line. John, please hold. Levi?
I like that. So we start with you. Oh no, we start with the animation, but we end with you. I like that a lot. I think at some point, I agree, Stephen, that there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you guys to add in comments on this skit. And we're going to be able to look at this and like if it does as well as we hope it does, especially the hillbilly Borg part, it allows us to do a whole lot more. One, this teaser allows us just to get the input we need and then kind of roll with it from there. And introducing this whole new universe down the line, right? And this is something we've done in the past that has worked, where the introduction to something new is at the end of the video, which is what we're going to do with Stitch video.
So also this line here, 212, 212, what can I do you for? That is not in the, that was not in the original hillbilly Borg. Where'd you go? That was not in the original hillbilly Borg sketch. I updated that line because I think that instead he wouldn't just say 212, 212, what can I do you for?
Did I not answer it like that in the original thing? I could have swore. No, I did it. I did it in the online when we were doing the live. 212. What can I do you for? God damn it. This is Cube 1734. What can I do you for? This is Cube 2 of 12. What can I do you for? God, I can't. Today is just a rough day. I will get it.
The original line was, this is Cube 7134, 212 speaking.
This is Cube 1734, 2 of 12 speaking. What can I do you for?
I think that this line here is just 2 of 12. What can I do you for?
Yeah, I think so. 2 of 12. What can I do you for?
Because the original line here, regular 2 of 12 goes, this is 2 of 12. Actually, you probably should say,
hey, Chris.
Yeah.
How does a trucker answer their thing?
Depends on the driver.
Exactly. How did classic truckers answer that back in the day?
I don't know. I wasn't involved in the industry back then.
Ah, damn it. I feel. Hey, 3 or 4. There's a rattlesnake in my brew. 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, 10-4, good buddy is a good one. But here's the thing. Chris works in the industry, and the way the Borg are going to answer the call, I feel would mimic slightly, not all the way. They would not.
This is 100% going to be a parody of the Borg.
Yeah.
And
2 of 12, good buddy.
They would use way back. They would use their ham radio call sign. A lot of truck drivers had call signs.
Yeah. I remember that because my mom's not stepdad, because it wasn't stepdad. Anyway,
that really isn't that really isn't the thing anymore. And Smiling Game Master, I could live without listening to Convoy. It's not really a thing anymore. It really isn't.
And as somebody who works in the industry, you don't want to continue the stereotype of that. It's
not at all.
Thing?
Okay. Not at all.
This is one of those things where it's a hard don't do it. I've had moments where I've told Chris, like, please don't do that. This is his hard moment of don't. No. Maybe it's English, bad translation.
English is usually a parody of Asian accents, and that would be also not okay.
Yeah.
Like, the things people share are like, now that are still funny are when you see an English product in a non-English speaking country, and whoever they got to do the translation into English is not correct.
Yeah, I like that skit a lot. It clicks every box we need it to.
Now, I do want to do one thing real quick.
Yeah. Cube 7134. This is 2 of 12 speaking. God damn it, I can't really do it very well. 2 of 12 speaking. This is 2 of... Yo, John, this is 2 of 12 speaking. God, no, it's there. Somebody give me a line. It's iconic like that. Probably get it that way. Yeah, and to everyone here, I'm just, all your bases belong to us. You got your ears on? Yeah, well, again, Leo, as funny as it would be for me, as somebody who grew up listening to the CB radio and a bunch of random stuff like that.
There's 3 different versions of Borg versus Magneto already.
I don't think we're going to use the other ones, more likely, right now.
I just want to watch them because I haven't seen them in a long time.
Oh, wait, we have 3 versions. Oh, no, I think one of them is just literally the sound that somebody added.
That's the 4th one.
It's the 4th one?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So hold on a second here. This is I don't know which order they were done in.
That one right there is the first one that you're
This
on.
might be
right
the
now.
first one here.
Hey, John.
What's up?
I think the Borg are attacking asteroid M.
They're attacking what?
Magneto's space station.
No.
John, I got the Borg on the line.
Send them over to me.
Oh, shit.
Keep me updated on what you find out.
Stop that. Hey, everyone. I love y'all. That music can't be played.
Oh, yeah. So here, I'm just going to scroll through it right here. Here, let me do this. Hold on. We have subtitles.
So when I asked for a line, I don't mean like in that speak. I meant like a classic, like not the Borg line. I'm looking for like a line to get me into the accent a little bit easier today. Most times I can slide right into I just need to let this other slip out of it. All right, never mind. We good.
So that one ended. That one ended in that sound was loud. I think they just got tin canned. So then the next one was this one.
Yeah.
Detected.
Dimensional shift. What the hell is a Borg cube?
What?
Was that fake typing? Did you just?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Doing there. They better pick up. Yeah, who am I speaking to? 307. This is John in Villain Support. You guys realize you're approaching asteroid M, right? Yeah. You're not going to be able to assimilate the mutants on board. One of them is a guy named Magneto who controls magnetism. I don't care. That's what the Queen wants to do. You understand? Your entire cube is made of metal. Okay, if you guys attack the asteroid, you might as well be in a tin can. Listen, don't attack the. Oh, I am gonna have nightmares about that sound.
It's also interesting to see the transition from like your original to your final version, effectively.
Yep. Dimensional shift detected.
Dimensional shift. Oh, come on. Why is there a Borg cube there? 7134. Come on, you guys. Pick up. Straight to frickin' voicemail. Unicomplex routing it is.
This is the one we were going off of originally.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 of 9. It's John in Villain Support. I need you to connect me into cube number 7134. No, they just dimension shifted somewhere they shouldn't be, and I have to talk them out of it. Just please just connect me. Do I need to call the Queen directly to make this? Thank you. Yeah, this is John in Villain Support. I don't know why you guys are in Universe 616, but right now you're approaching asteroid M.
Dimensional shift detected.
Weird. That one wasn't even like you didn't even hear the sound in that one.
Yeah, this is John in Villain Support.
Oh, I think that's the short
version. Why you guys are in Universe 616, but right now you're approaching asteroid.
There's a video. Hold on. This is the short. Here, that's this one.
Dimensional shift.
Me. No, you guy on Paris. No. Listen.
Just drags on way too long.
I am going to hear that sound in my nightmares.
It got 79,000 views.
Yeah.
And it drags on.
So this is interesting for everyone here. Going back and redoing an idea is not a bad thing whatsoever. It's a matter of like, do you give it time to breathe and time to redo it? And is there a reason? And we've discussed this a lot privately and on chat before. Is there a reason to go back and redo it? We're at a point where, especially with the new animation in there, that you guys are probably going to see changes to some of your some of the old stuff as we remake them, because we'll be fine tuning them, getting the jokes down a lot better. On top of that, it gives us the opportunity for you guys to see the other side of the call. It's not that we don't have new ideas sitting waiting to be done. It's just both me and Chris are like, we could have done better on a lot of our videos, a lot of them. And now we have the opportunity to do just that with such a significant change. It makes it worth going and redoing it. And then you have really old videos that are just really good, that fine tuning them to something that you absolutely love and you don't think you could fine tune any further makes sense too, from a creator standpoint, mind you.
Yeah.
But Logan, just say howdy, how y'all doing? How can I help you today? How can I help y'all today? That's really thick. Howdy, how y'all doing today? How can I help you? How can I help y'all today? Would he say he wouldn't even do 2 of 12, would he? Would he introduce himself as 2 of 12? How do? Chris?
What? I'm sorry.
You zoned. Are you tired?
Yep. A little bit.
It's all right. That last line that the Borg says, can you pull that up for me?
Yep.
You're just impossible, please, ain't you?
This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for?
This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? This is 2 of 12. Here we go. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? I had a really good way of doing it. I don't think I have anything I can stuff in my mouth though. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? This is 2 of 12. This is 2 of 12. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? This is 2. This be here 2 of 12. What can I do you for?
That almost was Gambit with a Cajun accent.
Sorry.
The Billy Borg.
The Billy Borg.
The Billy Borg. Oh my god, I love that so much.
But use that.
Oh my god, you just won the night.
Yeah, Billy Borg instead of hillbilly Borg.
Yeah.
It's called Billy Borg.
Yeah. This is low cutest of Billy Borg.
Oh, hold on. We got a chance. This is 212 of Billy Borg. What can I do you for? Oh my god. I'm gonna do something real quick.
This is 2 of 12, Billy Borg Cube 7134. What can I do you for?
Okay, give me a second here. Getting the audacity.
Let's change
I have
7134
the audacity.
7136. Billy Borg Cube 7136. What can I do you for? That way we're not saying 4 twice in a row.
So what is it? This here 2 of 12 Billy Borg Cube 7136. What can I do you for? Kind of like that?
Kind of, but you still got a bit of a Cajun thing going on.
Don't really. I got the true wild in here. This be here 2 of 12 Billy Borg Cube 7136. Do you have that recording?
What?
Where did I send that to you?
I don't know.
I sent that to you somewhere. That's a regular Borg. That's a dimensional shift. I think I just put it in CapCut is what I did. Gosh, cute game. I got a piece of rolled up paper right in my mouth, just choking away. Whew! Starting to taste that. Oh boy. Doesn't taste exactly pleasant. Tell you what, do my regular accent is much easier to do, but not enough down in there. Is that right here?
Oh, the chat's gotten away from me. Hold on here. Oh, the Gambit Borg? Yeah. No, I
They are variant humans. That there asteroid. Y'all reach cube 7134. There we go. Give me a moment. So I'm gonna need you to just hush up now. I don't mean to be all rude. Testing 1, 2. We got it on through. Y'all Billy. Apparently you've all reached Billy. Y'all reached Billy Borg cube 7136. What can I do you for?
try that again.
Apparently you've all reached Billy. Y'all reached Billy Borg cube 7136. What can I do you for? Okay. You're all reached. Do we want me to have the high pitch for? Oh, there we go. I can't make the voice well different. Oh, y'all reach Billy Cube. Y'all reach Billy Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for?
You gotta say Billy Borg. You said Billy Cube.
No, I said Billy Cube. Gosh darn it, I meant to say Billy Borg. Y'all reach Billy Borg Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? There we go. I got your dang near opening right. Hee-haw! I'm so sorry. I'd like to point out that paper has ink printed on it.
Part of me wants to add a whole new line at the end where John goes, Levi, and Levi goes, Levi, are you seeing this? Levi goes, yes. John goes, you cool if I just let him get smushed? Or are you cool if I don't warn this one?
You should do that. But then we get a call. But then we go ahead and like let it play through. Not play through, but we have that be the ending. But then we find out they survived, and then we're just like, how? and it's just like, are you cool if I let this? All right, let me press play here. No, I said be the. No, I said be the. All right, let me share my screen real quick. We're gonna listen to. I've got multiples here, so we're just gonna. Burp, burp.
Billy Borg, you said Billy Cube.
No, I said Billy Cube. Gosh darn it, I meant to say Billy Borg. Y'all reach Billy Borg Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? There we go. I got your dang near opening right. Hee-haw! Hold on. I gotta go back and listen to the whole thing.
C.A. McDivitt, I have to ask you, is this offensive or is it funny?
Well, considering he's got the XD there.
I still want to make sure.
Hillbilly myself, this is interesting. Funny. All right.
All right.
I kind of figured.
Good. So if anyone complains, we say C.A. McDivitt said it was funny.
Apparently, you all reached Billy Borg Cube 7136. What can I do you for? Y'all reached Billy Cube. Y'all reached Billy Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? No, I said Billy Cube. Gosh darn it, I meant to say Billy Borg. Y'all reached Billy Borg Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? There we go. I got your dang near opening right. Hee-haw! Like if you just cut out your part and put it right next to each other. Hold on.
Did you see his comment?
Hold on. Y'all reached Billy Cube. Y'all reached Billy Cube 713. Y'all reached Billy Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? No, I said Billy Cube. Gosh darn it, I meant to say Billy Borg. Y'all read Billy Borg Cube 7136. This is 2 of 12. What can I do you for? There we go. I got your dang near opening right. Hee-haw! It's so on par with somebody new at their job. It's so on par. That is much funnier than I thought it would be. Oh, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like it. I think it's too much.
Oh, you can cut it off at any point.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Let's run with it, and people can tell us that if it's too much on the thing.
I'm just saying, like there's enough space that you can literally cut it right after that part. So
yeah. All right. So
oh, hold on. Did that save? Make sure it's saved, and then I'll send this on over.
That's John's last line. Do I have to warn this one too, or can I just hang up?
Oh, hold on. So you got my screw ups in there as well, but that'll work. I don't know why I'm trying to cut it. Oh, right, because it's voice acting. I need to put it in a video asset. Audio assets. New folder. Billy Borg. This is... All right, let me get that to you real quick. I don't know why my Discord decided to. All right, there you go. So now you have that. Yeah, it's hard to get out of that sometimes. It could be part of the bloopers reel. Yeah. But there you go. So that's there. Do we want to swing back to the talk about the I think we're both kind of just.
Oh, give me a second. Stretching my arm out. Oh.
Please tell you got to have duct tape. Can duct tape be seen? Like I don't know. Like if we do a close up shot of it, there needs to be duct tape. Oh, what if the on his hat? Real quick, an animator update on the hat that on the beer can.
Oh yeah, the beer can is going to be wrapped in duct tape around the.
Yeah, do you have that note on there?
No, but I will in a second.
Got to have a little bit of duct tape on it. And the irony is that we hillbillies and the Borg have very similar approaches to engineering. Oh no, it's Starshine. We decided to call it Starshine. Made more sense because there isn't a moon. It'd be funny if they could. Why do y'all call it moonshine when you don't even have a moon on around? Well, we tried Starshine. People just thought it was something fancy. We didn't need none of that. Oh, all right.
Where'd you guys go?
No.
What for?
All right.
Okay.
I love this. So real quick, while Chris is typing away, and before we call it, Stitch is going to show up. The way the next Stitch video is going to work is we are effectively going to also try to start another series. And it's going to be the Borg versus Stargate, right? And at the way we had it written up here, Borg ship in the Stargate universe fighting the Gould fleet. Borg ship blows up randomly, and a furry blue demon appears on their ship. So, and we just need to drag that out for about a minute or so. which is very easy to do, to be honest. Like, and so we want John to be talking to a Goa'uld that is very recognizable. And we were trying to figure out at the time, pardon me, how do we go about this? Who do we talk to? Now, at some point, we're going to have Stitch probably get half ascended too, which is just going to add to the chaos that he can create. So Borg ship in the Stargate universe fighting Goa'uld fleet. On the Stitch side of the skit, this will be part of it, but it'll also allow it to be a tangent different thing because both of us are huge Stargate fans. And we've been racking our brains for the last 2.5 to 3 years, a good way. Like, we've attempted, but outside of the replicators, there hasn't been a good version. And I think this would do really well and drive the traffic where it needs to be. So, Borg ship, Stargate universe, fighting Goa'uld. Who are they fighting? Which Goa'uld exactly? Do we want to go like right at the start? They're fighting Raw. Do we want somebody else?
I think Anubis, because you could have it change where Stitch basically takes Anubis's place and becomes half ascended in Anubis's place.
And remember, Stitch keeps hopping universes after the Borg, so he keeps.
You're right.
So as soon as he gets half ascended, that would allow him to go to the next universe.
Apophis, and we can have Teal'c be Stitch's first prime, and he needs FP1.
Okay, so do you want to write that down real quick so we don't forget it?
Yeah.
But we need a way to
start
it off.
It's going to be a minute. I restarted my computer this morning. I forgot about that. I have not reopened Discord yet.
Oh, okay. Anubis just possesses other people's bodies. That's always there's always Ball. Well, again, we don't Apophis had been part of the series for a long time, right?
For Cronus.
There's Cronus. There's so many loopholes to exploit here. All right, here's a real question. What season? That's going to settle this right now. What season are we inserting Stitch into? That's where we need to decide. Because that's going to be... Because we can always go back and do things, right? Duct tape, Stash on WD-40, and Cosmic AK... We're not going to continue that conversation. Season 4. So that's right when they introduced the... Daniel died once or twice by that point, right? There's a point where he died like for a significant time. Yeah, season 4. No, season 2, episode 5. Daniel flatlines in season 4. The light, he dies of radiation poisoning, and he becomes ascended. I think season 2 works. The reason why is Daniel would honestly be the voice of reason with the SG. Season 2, what big bad were they dealing with on season 2 again? It's been a bit. I need to rewatch it again.
And season 2 is when they meet the Tok'ra for the first time.
Ooh, that's also a good one. Stargate.
It's the one where Teal'c gets that giant insect bite on the insect on his back.
And the main villain is still Apophis. So that works out perfectly.
Yeah.
Season 2, that's the start of it. There's a lot of loopholes around that point, too.
Yeah.
So season 2, Apophis trying to grow his army. The Borg show up and are screwing with continuity. But the Borg ship randomly blows up, But there are, and it's advanced tech compared to it reminds them of ancient tech. That's it. We don't know why the Borg are there yet. That's something that John's going to have to figure out. But he's talking to Apophis, trying to figure out what Apophis is currently fighting and taking damage from and losing, mind you. When Apophis had sent a Hata, what is the little? Is that right? I'm saying it wrong. The little ship,
The little moon-shaped fighters.
Yeah.
Or
Not the moon shape, the bigger one.
The one that looks like a snail.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but yeah. Okay.
It sends one of those as a way to try to board the ship. And that's how Stitch wound up hitching a ride back onto the.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's how. Go ahead. What?
No. Finish what you're saying.
That's how Stitch winds up getting the hitch and a ride, because right as that smaller ship gets there, the Borg ship blows up, and you go, that doesn't sound right. Like you shouldn't have won that fight. like you should take the win and scavenge them for parts of weaponry, but you shouldn't have won that fight. And then almost immediately while you're saying that, because of how fast the ship travels, all of a sudden there's an alarm, Blue Devil, bam. So that's the thing. You are talking to him, trying to figure out what he is fighting.
Yeah.
Find out it's the Borg cube. Try to warn him. He had already sent that ship out. The Borg cube randomly blows up, and you go, take the win? I think that's a really good framework. Where'd you just send that?
In general.
John needs to figure out how the Borg got there. Talking to Apophis, trying to figure out what Apophis is losing to. Apophis sends a shuttlecraft to try and board the Borg cube. The Borg cube explodes, and then we hear Stitch alarm for Stitch. That's good trend. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm way more tired than I thought I was. And I'm still dealing with wicked freaking allergies over here.
18. I think we're good, honestly.
I think so too. We
got a framework, and I would rather that half be more improv.
Give me 10 minutes, we're almost done. Okay.
So I want to thank everyone for joining. Apophis will be voice act. We'll figure out that down the road. I want to thank you all for joining. Y'all, wish you all peace of mind, serenity, divine spirit, and harmony among others. Remember to take it one breath, one step, one day at a time, until the winds blow your sails my way again, or our way again. Have an Acme Day.
Have an Acme Day is a product of Villain. Having an Acme Day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme Day.
Bye, y'all.